We hear all the time that comparison can be the thief of joy, but also comparison can be helpful if you use it in the right way. If it helps you understand, okay, where am I? Am I ahead of the curve? Am I behind the curve? Who defines the curve? And what curve should I even be measuring myself against? And that's what we want to dive into
today.
It's
also important to have data. We are data folks. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's kind of the money guy way, is that not only do we try to give you the intersection of the behavioral stuff, but we actually show you the facts and the data points. And that's why we wanted to pull up, if you looked at just median financial assets, and I think it's important, Bo, that we actually share, what does that mean? This actually is what's really in your bank accounts, your investment accounts, and because it's excluding your cars, it's excluding your houses, and it's excluding collectibles.
That's right.
And I'll be honest, that's why I even started the show the way I did. I don't know if this is what I want to ping myself to as well, because I'm a little disappointed for people my age to be only in their $50,000 range. It's a little scary for what the future holds.
When you think about total liquid net worth, you can see, okay, early on in the spectrum, someone who's 20 or 25 years old, maybe they're on the median, right, only has maybe $4,000 to $13,000. And you're like, okay, well, they're young and they're starting out and they just haven't gotten their sea legs about them. But the story does not get that much better, again, when you compare it to the median American, because by the time you get to 35, the median liquid assets are only about $27,000. By 45, only about $45,000. And then by the time you get to 55, again, if you look at the median financial assets, excluding the homes and the vehicles and those sorts of things, it's only about $63,000. And what that tells us is that on the median, the average American is probably not very close to financial independence.
Well, and that leads to the point that you guys are financial mutants. Here you are sitting here watching a financial content show. I mean, so you're not average, you're not median.
That's right.
You guys want to know, hey, where am I? Am I ahead of the curve, behind the curve? Exactly the things Bo said, but we need to actually get you the data points. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited to share that this is the second annual Financial Mutant Survey.
That's right.
Because you guys, we need your help. We really do. Perk up. I need your help on trying to make sure we know the data points so we can create great content to motivate as well as to help you know exactly where you are in the process.
And here's what's awesome too. We know that a lot of you helped fill out the Financial Mutant Survey last year, but things have changed. Obviously, we're a year further along, and so we wanted to see, how have our financial mutants changed, and how do our financial mutants stack up relative to the average American and even relative to our wealth management client, so that you can have a good barometer. If you want to consider, like you hear all the time, you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Well, a lot of you spend every Tuesday at 10 a.m. here with these folks. And so we want to answer the question, okay, where are our financial mutants? What do they look like? How do they behave? How do they view money? How do they make financial decisions? And we want to create content that can be valuable for you to hopefully help you impact and change your future financial life.
I'm going to go ahead and open up the curtain. Last year was the first year we did it. And if every one of you did it, do it again, please, because it's kind of like if you get a brand new model year of a car. They always say, don't go buy that one because it was the first year, so there's going to be some quirks. And we found that when we were trying to do content last year, some of the data points when we tried to compare it to our millionaire survey, to the Financial Mutants, since it was the first year, we didn't have it all figured out.
That's right.
But we've already kind of started figuring out what were the things that we wish we could have improved from last year, and what are some multiple content ideas that we can go ahead, once we have the data, that we can hit the ground running with it. And that's why we really do need you to fill out the information so we can get the up-to-date data, and then we're going to pay you back 3-4-fold by actually creating multiple episodes and content from the data, but we need your participation to make it work.
So what do you need to do? You need to first complete the survey. You can go to moneyguy.com/survey. It will not take a ton of time, and it's going to be incredibly valuable. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring all of that information in. It's all going to be completely anonymous, and we're going to compile it by a number of different bands so that we can create super interesting and compelling content. And based on your responses, we're going to then shape the show. We're going to then turn this into, just like Brian said, multiple pieces of content so that it will be as valuable as possible for you, because we believe that there is a better way to do money. And we also believe that a number of you are doing money better, and we want to be able to broadcast that out, to the entire financial world, so that we no longer measure ourselves against the average American or against the median American. We want to begin saying, okay, what do financial mutants do? What are the people who look at money a little bit differently? What do they actually look like? How do they behave? How do they treat their financial decisions?
Well, it's even more important in the fact that we reshaped even how we're doing our millionaire survey so that these things integrate better, because we wanted to know what your specific kind of pain points were. What are the things you struggle with? How can we put that in context with our millionaires so you can kind of focus on those pain points, see where your progress is, and then also have the experience shares of how you improve and give content that actually accelerates your journey. So that's why this is a twofold factor that we've modified our millionaire survey. We've now modified this. We just need to get the content so that we can fill in the blanks.
And here's what we're going to commit to you. If you go fill out the survey, if you do this, we're going to notify you as those pieces of content go live. So you're not going to have any question, okay, when is it happening? What's happening? What's it going to look like? You are going to know. If you are a survey participant, you will get a special notification from us letting you know. So if you've not done it, go to moneyguide.com/survey or go bookmark moneyguide.com/survey to fill it out after this live stream so that we can collect your data, so that we can share the good news of sound financial management with the rest of the financial world.
This is going to help us change and shape the financial world. That's what I've always loved is we've created this movement, is that you guys have always been so willing to step up, participate, and help us out, because I think you can see the heart of educators that we have is that we really do want to pay it forward with good content. So moneyguy.com/survey.